Hey, it's Coach Steph from the Beach House with Mo and Steph. And today I want to talk to you about something that everybody, no matter who you are, what you do, where you live, how much you make, deals with. And that is fear. Fear is that one key element that will rob you of the abundant life that you are entitled to. Fear is that thing that will strip you from your dreams and the goals that you have, and we need to get rid of that thing once and for all. Now, I can't speak for anybody else out there as far as what your fears are, the things that cripple you, but fear is one of those things that can come in a slight way, or it can be completely paralyzing and just grip you to the place to where you are unable to move. Now, most of the time we're not afraid of a particular thing, so to speak, but we are afraid of the story that we tell ourselves about that thing. And that could range from literally anything. I can't speak for you. All I can do is talk for myself. And for myself, one of those stories that I was told and bought into is that because of my vision, I was not able to do certain things. I was born visually impaired. I was totally blind in my right eye, legally blind in my left. So all through my life, whether it was due to fears that came upon myself or fears that came from family members or whatever, there were certain things that I told myself, you can't do that because you can't see. You need help. And sure enough, there are certain things that, I do need help with. And I'd be stupid not to ask for that assistance when I need it. But there are other things that I most certainly could have done, and I regret not doing now in my older age that I should have done and didn't do because I allowed fear to hold me hostage. And that's one of those things that we just all deal with because we all have those stories that we tell ourselves. But how do we handle that? How do we get around that so that we can live that abundant life that we all deserve? Life is supposed to be an adventure. And there's ups and there's downs and there's twists and there's turns, but those are the things in life that make it special. Those are the things that cause us to grow and learn. And when we cut ourselves off from those things, we miss out on so many things. So what if we reframed those things? See, one of those things for me was I felt like I could do anything as long as I had somebody with me that was backing me or by my side. And for me, that was my husband for 28 years, actually 32 because we were together for 32 years and married for 28 years. When I was with my husband, there was nothing that I couldn't do. I mean, I'd get so frustrated at not being able to drive, but it's like I did everything else. I mean, I earned a 4th degree black belt in Taekwondo, a kicking sport of all things. I have gone on so many adventures, all because he was by my side. And I knew, hey, if John is with me, he's got me. But in 2018, my husband passed away from cancer. And so I found myself in this place where I was alone again. And those stories started to creep back in and tell me, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you need help doing that. Don't try to do that by yourself. And it began to paralyze me to where I wouldn't move. I just stayed at home kind of waiting around for other people to do things with. And then I realized, you know what? You cannot allow fear to take your life from you. because there is such a thing as Walking Dead. You know, we could be living, but we're not living. We're just existing. And I want to live. So how do we get around that fear? We practice sitting with it. We practice making it our friend. Fear is not the evil. Fear is simply that little voice inside that is trying to protect you, because our natural thoughts, they don't want us to move forward and do these big, humongous, scary things. They are programmed to protect us and keep us safe. So when fear pops up in your ear and sits on your shoulder, all it's really saying to you is that, I don't think you should do that. You might get hurt. And we don't want to get hurt. We want everything to run smoothly. So maybe you shouldn't do that. And really, that's all fear is our little internal friend who is trying to keep us safe and trying to keep us protected from the harsh enemies out there in the world. So how do we get around that? We recognize that fear is really a friend, and we roll with it, and we flow with it, and we talk to it, and we tell it when it starts to tell you, hey, you know what, Steph? I don't think you should go to that place by yourself. You know you can't see very well, and something might happen. You know, that's what a friend does. He just wants to keep me safe. But at any given time, I can speak up and say, hey, friend, you know what? I know you're trying to keep me safe, but you know what? On the other side, there is a really great adventure or a really great opportunity. So I think we're going to be okay to do this by ourselves. And then let it come with you. We try so hard, so often to get rid of fear, to push it away. And in the end, it doesn't really work because it's always sitting there. So why not make friends with it? Why not make fear your friend instead of your enemy? And allow it to come with you. And if it starts getting a little too loud in your ear, you have the ability to tell it, hey, you know what? We're gonna be okay. I know you're trying to protect me, but we're going to be okay. And we practice that. You know, for myself, after my husband passed, it was very scary, the idea of doing things by myself. But what I started with was a concert. I went to go see Babyface by myself because I learned something. When I went to concerts with my kids or somebody else, I'd buy the tickets because I wanted to go, and they drove me. And so, we'd end up sitting somewhere. But I discovered when I went by myself, I could get really good seats. So that's what I did. I got a really good seat, and I went to go see Babyface by myself. And you know what happened? I didn't die. I didn't fall off a cliff. I didn't get hit by a semi. I enjoyed my concert. So what did I do? I got tickets for another one, and another one, and another one. And there was a time that I was going to go to Cabo San Lucas with my mom. And she said, you want me to fly out to where you are, and then we'll fly together. And I said, you know what? No, I will meet you there. And that was a terrifying thought, to get on a plane by myself and go to Mexico where I didn't speak Spanish and say, I'm going to meet you there in this foreign place that I don't know. But you know what? I said, I have to do it because this is a hurdle that if I get over it, what else could I do? So I got that ticket. I went to Cabo San Lucas and I met my mom at the airport. And I felt so great about myself. And that opened the door to me flying to other places by myself. But it's a practice that we have to do. It's a legitimate practice. It's not something that's just going to come about because you wished it in your mind. It's something that you have to actually walk through. Because once you walk through it, then you realize, I survived. And once you know you survived, then you have that little confidence built up to say, hey, what else might I be able to do? And you try that. And then you get through that. And then you say, hey, what else might I be able to do? The fear is going to come. Every time you attempt something new, there's going to be a hint or a mountain of fear there. But every time you get through it, you build confidence because you proved to yourself and to your buddy Fear that you were going to be okay. So when you're looking at fear, don't see fear as the enemy anymore. Stop that. Stop it today. Fear is not our enemy. Fear is our friend who is simply trying to keep us safe. And that gives us permission to go in and tell our friend, you know what? I thank you for looking out after me. I thank you for trying to keep me safe, but I think we're going to be okay on this one. And you know what? Even if you're not, I'm sure you're going to learn something in the process that's going to help you out at a later date when you try it again. But no more allowing fear to step in and rob you of your life. From this day forward, we're going to start living. And we're going to start living big because we're going to make fear our friend. And we're going to work with it instead of against it. I hope that helped somebody out today because you know what? It sure did help me. So make sure that you look for me and my girl Monique on the Beach House with Mo and Steph, where we talk about more inspiring, motivating, encouraging, supportive things that are going to help you live your best blessed life. Find our pod on YouTube, The Beach House with Mo and Steph, also on Spotify. So until next time, go out and live your best blessed life.